They said he was too young, too bold, too dangerous. Now, the whole world is watching Traoré, and some are trembling. This is no longer just about Burkina Faso, it's about a continent awakening, a storm building, and one man at the center of it all. Subscribe for more stories where Africa stops begging and starts building her own power. I stand firmly, the day they dare touch him, they will regret it. The old man's voice trembled, not with fear, but fury. He raised his fist as a crowd gathered behind him. We are ready to go and fight. Army, me, my old age, fight. All these people follow me. Fight army, and she dare try. His words echoed through the streets of Ouaga. Burkina Faso, a land once dismissed as a footnote, had become one of the most talked about countries on earth because of one man, Ibrahim Traoré. At just 35 years old, Traoré had become Africa's youngest head of state. He rose not from privilege, but from revolution. After the 2022 military coup, he took command of a nation in crisis and gave it something the people hadn't seen in decades: belief. I'm beginning to see a replication of the late Thomas Sankara in him. The voice came from a woman, her eyes soft but certain. What do I think of our president? Let's say I'm from the generation who knew Sankara, she smiled, her hand pressed to her chest, and now I'm from the luckiest generation, because we are witnessing his second reincarnation. All around Burkina, voices rise, not out of fear, but faith. Oh man, we love him. We love him so much. He is the definition of a real leader. His commitment to take us out of poverty, out of insecurity, that's why we love him. And the way he thinks, the way he acts, the way he speaks, it's like Thomas Sankara reborn. But behind that love, there's something else: resolve. A quiet terror of history repeating itself. What happened to Sankara? The woman whispers. We don't want that to happen to him. Another voice joins in, younger, sharper. Traoré is not going to be like Gaddafi, Amanda. We will stand in solidarity. We are here today to celebrate the work of Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso. Then came the cry, not from the state, but from the people: we support the president for the liberation of our black mother Africa. We need to unite, all our differences, set them aside. We are not our ancestors. This is our time. The time is now. Let's fight, Africans. Let's fight for our brother, because he started something, and now he needs more like him. We are here supporting, the woman said, standing tall among a growing crowd under the midday sun. And our African leaders are coming together in unity, to show love, to show peace, to show joy and happiness to Mother Africa. It wasn't a rally. It was a declaration. The work of our leaders must take a page out of Ibrahim Traoré's book, the one he has written now. This is the changing of the guard to liberate our motherland. Someone nearby added, I still believe in the leadership of His Excellency Ibrahim Traoré. Yeah, another voice echoed. I believe in him, because you said something powerful: there are no countries who developed under democracy. That is the truth, the real truth. He looked around, lowering his voice but sharpening his words. If you look at the South. The South, the Middle East, there is no democracy there. People there are doing things according to their culture, the way they think, the way they do things. He paused, then raised his hand slowly. We are not European. We are African. And we must do everything based on our culture, based on our mindset, our own mindset. We don't need to copy other people. Behind them, Burkina was humming with noise, steel, stone, and motion. Burkina is currently under construction, a young man said. If you come back here in 5 years, you'll see something completely different. Right now, more factories are being built, more roads are under construction, and every corner of this beautiful city, Ouagadougou, the largest capital, we've got cameras installed everywhere. Yeah, someone asked. What do you love about Burkina? I love our president. Your president? Because our president is changing the narrative of everything in this country. Really? Yeah. Are you trying to say it was like this before he came into power? Of course not. I think he is the first president to give us the dignity we deserve. I'm telling you, that is so beautiful, man. I'm telling you. He smiled wide. The person I love most in this country is my president, and we are very proud of him. Which means whatever we see online, it's true. People say, oh, in Burkina you guys don't like your president. No, it's not true. It's not true, the young man said firmly. That's why, if you want to know the truth, you'll see people sleeping on the street, all because of the president. What do you mean? Someone asked. He turned serious. There are people, civilians, who gather every night. You know the coup roundabout? Every night, they're there. If something happens, someone will call, and they'll all come out. He paused. It's insane, man, but it's real. I heard, the other person said, lowering their voice, that you all sleep on the streets just to protect your president. Is that true? First of all, the young man answered, it's because of the love they have for the country. For what? For the country, he repeated. The love for the country. He leaned back slightly. Also imagine this, they're sitting there, and the president passes by and sees them. That motivates him. That's why they go out at night, to be ready. If anything happens, they're alert. They can respond instantly, to protect him. When did this start? When Ibrahim became president. That's when people knew this country has enemies. So the people asked themselves, what can we do to help him? How do we support our president to build this country? Are they military? No, he replied. Civilians? No pay, he repeated gently, smiling. No pay. Not a single franc. They do it for the love of the country. For the love of the president. He pointed to a group nearby. Some are trainers. Others have jobs. During the day, they work. At night, they come here. He stood up. You all saw the news, right? I'm here to tell you it's real, not fake news. This is one of His Excellency's initiatives to industrialize the country. That's why we now have an electric car manufacturing plant. Right here, in our land. What does the name mean? Someone asked. It's named after a small village here in Burkina Faso, just on the outskirts of Ouagadougou. He smiled wide. It's beautiful. They chose a local name for the company. The logo, also local. It represents Burkina Faso. Everything about it comes from us. He motioned to the lineup of cars nearby. Every model is named after a local word, like Tanakuru, like Saha. Saha, someone repeated. Yes, that was the first model, the first car built here. It's named after the Saha region, which includes Burkina, Niger, and Mali. It's electric? Yeah, it's an EV vehicle, 100% electric. He paused. Let the moment land. And it's ours. Yeah, but one thing I have to say, Patrick began, is that when you have a leader who truly cares about his people, it makes a difference. He adjusted his seat slightly, glanced around the courtyard filled with startup posters and young workers moving crates. It actually encourages people to come here, to do business. I'm here to tell you, Burkina is open for business. Behind him, a mural of the national flag stretched across the building's wall. The diasporans, he added, we're returning to invest in Burkina Faso. So, your name? Someone asked. Patrick. Patrick Parr. Founder of Let's Go. You just started this 2 months ago? And before that, I was in Turkey. Studying. So why did you come back? He didn't hesitate. I saw the opportunity. We have a great president. One who encourages young businesses. So I decided, just like that, to come home. To invest. And what's the one thing you love most about your president? He smiled. He's young, and he knows what the people really need. That's what I love about him. He leaned in. He's a man for the people. He doesn't care about any personal interest. Only the nation. You're saying new businesses are coming just because of him? Exactly. People are investing in Burkina. Real money. Real plans. So you'd recommend it? Absolutely. Burkina is one of the top countries I'd recommend for investment. What's your company about? Let's go. It's a transportation service. Like Uber? Car hailing, yes. But only electric cars. That's insane, someone said. Electric cars in this country? Patrick grinned. Yeah. It's clean. It's local. And it's real. Support Traoré's push for youth-led businesses. What's the one thing he's done that impressed you most? He pointed to the white and green vehicle parked behind him. This one. Fully electric. And it runs smoother than anything I've used abroad. It's not every president who does things like this, the man said, wide-eyed. He paused, shook his head with a half-smile. People say we're fanatics, but this isn't fanaticism. It's what we've been searching for. You know, as Africans we travel, we see how others lead, how they develop, and we say to ourselves, why not us? Why can't we have that kind of leadership here? You love your president? Someone asked. I love my president. Oh wow. And I don't think it's easy to find someone who loves his country the way he does. You think he loves Burkina? Oh yeah, it's obvious. You just have to listen to how he speaks, about the people, the land, the soul of this country. He laughed. The man gives speeches without speeches. He talks from the heart, no teleprompters, no fancy papers, just truth. Raw, honest, from the soul. Can you understand that? The group nodded. No one interrupted. And all the things he's doing, he's building the kind of environment where growth isn't just possible, it's inevitable. One man struggled with the next phrase, switching from French. Sab, emanate to, oh man, my French is hard. He chuckled. But I know this, he's a president. A man who fixed the money. As they moved through the streets, one thing became impossible to ignore. Look around, someone said. Every corner of this country, you see his picture. Not because he asked for it, but because the people put them there. That's how much they adore him. And what do you call him here? EB. EB, the strong man of Burkina. The biggest man, another added. The one, and volcano Faso, someone said. Even though it's dry, it grows everything in abundance. Tomatoes, a woman added. In abundance. And now, thanks to His Excellency Ibrahim Traoré, there's a factory right here to turn raw tomatoes into finished goods. He smiled. That's the kind of thing that stirs my soul. I finally made it to Soberto, the tomato processing factory located right here in Bobo Dioulasso, Burkina Faso. An initiative launched by His Excellency Ibrahim Traoré. This is more than a project, this feels like a revolution. A revolution of industrializing. Phil, most of you thought it was a lie. That's why I traveled all the way from Ghana, just to see the facts with my own eyes. These are the raw materials, one worker said. And what's happening right now? He pointed. You see, they're sorting the raw tomatoes, washing them, and the process continues. My goodness, you know what? I feel like it's possible to develop Africa. No one can convince me otherwise. All we need are visionary leaders. Leaders with integrity, who actually have the people at heart. And you know what's happening here? All the people working here are young. Yes, youth. Young people from this very country. Just hush and look around, someone whispered. You built a manufacturing plant, I said, and then you decided to employ the youth? Exactly. Are these youth all qualified? Like, do they know how to operate machines? We have all types in here. We have qualified people. We have people with zero experience. We even have some who never went to normal school. Then what's the hiring criteria? He answered with no hesitation. attitude at work, and their engagement in the vision of the president. That's what matters here. What is that vision? I asked. The vision is to be ourselves, to be free, to be independent in every possible way. It starts, he added, with producing what we consume and consuming what we produce. So does that mean you don't export the final product? Not yet. We're on the way. But our focus right now is inside. This factory doesn't belong to any outside investor. It belongs to the people of this beautiful country. 100% owned? Yes. 100% owned. And founded by the people of Burkina Faso, from inside and from abroad. What do you mean by that? He smiled. No loans. 0 loans. It's like people putting together 10,000, up to 1 million CFA in shareholding. You mean the people of this country invested in this tomato factory? Exactly. Exactly. Wow. So what's the smallest share someone can hold? 10,000 safer. So can I ask a question? I said, walking through the echoing hall. How many people own this factory then? Someone smiled and answered, let's say Burkina Faso's children. A round of applause broke out. This is something I never thought possible, I admitted. Thank you, one of the workers said. But we've done it. Yeah, another added. We've done it. No foreign investment. No bank loan. Nothing. Who came up with this idea? The president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traini. So this country never had a tomato processing plant back in, say, 2000? No. There was a factory, but it was closed back then. And this, he said, gesturing at the machines humming behind us, this is the first real project like that since. Processing tomatoes again, at scale. How long did it take you guys to build this? All civil construction, installations, commissioning, training the operators, everything took about 12 months. Then installations and commissioning took another 3 months. That's impressive. But we also have a second factory, he added casually. Wait, there's another one? Yes, in Yako. Oh wow, this isn't the only one? He nodded. Same model. Same purpose. And the president, he's already telling us maybe by December, by grace, we'll inaugurate the third one in Tenoto. Hold on, I said. You have this factory, another in Yako, and a third one coming, by grace? Yes. We'll invite you to witness it, bro. I looked around in awe. What an incredible initiative. I hope, and I believe, that we can learn something from the leader of this beautiful country, replicate it in our own. This part of Burkina truly seems like the breadbasket of the nation. They produce every crop you can name. Where I'm standing right now, I said, you've got cashew, pepper, tomatoes, onions, mangoes, you name it. It's incredible, I whispered. My first time in Burkina Faso, and I have to say, this country truly is the breadbasket of West Africa. Because every single crop we consume elsewhere is being produced here, in large, powerful quantity. But guess what? I said. You have a visionary leader. He'll tell you, it's time to add value to what we grow. That's why I had to come, to see where the tomato comes from. And now I see it. You've got everything here. Even Volcano Paso is under construction, every corner I passed, road construction, new infrastructure. Exactly, someone confirmed with a proud nod. We have more projects happening right now, he said, gesturing toward a large construction map. And I was telling someone earlier, since I was born, and since the independence of Burkina Faso, we've only had 3,000 kilometers of paved road. Wait, I said, are you serious? You mean the entire country, from independence until now? He nodded. Only 3,000 kilometers. That's it. So what's happening now? He smiled. Now our new president, yeah, he has the will. The real will to build roads. They've already bought the equipment, all the necessary equipment to build in every corner of our country. I looked around. Bulldozers. Cement trucks. Surveyors marking soil. You see it for yourself, he said. There are so many corners under construction right now, it's insane. He paused, then added with pride. What he's saying is true. His Excellency Ibrahim Traore, he's not just governing. He's rebuilding his country. Because from independence until today, we had 3,000 kilometers. But now, he leaned forward. All the equipment used to build these roads, it was bought by Traore himself. No foreign contractor. No private company. So who's handling the roadworks? The government. That's right. It's the state, charged with constructing all of it. What's the goal? How many km per year? The goal now is 5,000 kilometers every year. Wait, you mean you had only 3,000 in total since independence, and now you want to build 5,000 per year? Exactly. I turned to him. What would you tell your president? Bro, I love him, he said, without blinking. There, he pointed across the street. We also have a milk processing factory. Oh wow. There'll be 5. One of them is already functional in Ouagadougou. They convert raw milk into butter, cheese, yogurt, and fresh milk. He crossed his arms. This is what happens when you get a revolutionary leader. A man who believes in the dreams and the ideologies of his people, and that's not all. His Excellency is on a journey to decolonize this country. Anything here that celebrates colonizers? He changes it. This boulevard behind me, he asked, it used to be named after Shah, a colonizer. And now the name has been changed? Yeah, he said, definitely. Who changed it? I asked. The president, Ibim, he answered proudly. Oh wow. He changed it to what? To Captain Thomas. That's impressive, man. Yes. That road, since independence, had been celebrating a colonizer. A colonizer? Yeah, he nodded. And Traore decided to change it. How does that make you feel, as a Burkina Faso? He didn't pause. It makes us feel proud. So proud. Because now we have a road named after a Buchan. And not just anyone, a great Buchan. A leader. A philosopher. Sankara. You like your president? Yes, I do. What do you love about him? Because he makes the country feel proud. And now people are starting to believe in the country again. Before, we wanted to leave anywhere else. It felt like our country was going to hell. He looked around him, smiling. But now, we even feel the weather has changed. It doesn't feel like punishment anymore. It feels good to live here. He then lowered his voice. There's something else. What? The gowns. Judges and lawyers now, under the new law, must wear gowns made in Burkina, using fabrics made here, by us. And in schools, uniforms from primary to high school must be made from locally produced fabric. That's a big change. Yes. It's not just for economics, it's about supporting local industry. It gives identity. It tells every student, you're from Faso. You belong here. From classrooms to courtrooms, from dirt roads to national highways, Captain Ibrahim Traore hasn't just made promises. He's delivered results that once seemed impossible. In a nation that lived decades with just 3,000 kilometers of paved roads, he's now set an annual goal of 5,000 kilometers, powered not by foreign contracts, but by equipment purchased and operated by the government itself. Where imports once drained the economy, Traore has championed local production, tomato factories, milk processing plants, and even electric vehicles bearing indigenous names. The symbols of the past are being rewritten too. Boulevards once named after colonizers now honor Buchan heroes like Captain Thomas. Judges no longer wear foreign robes but gowns crafted from Burkina fabric. Schoolchildren across the country now walk in uniforms that reflect who they are, not where they were ruled from. This isn't just policy. It's identity. A bold reclaiming of what it means to be a sovereign African nation. Do you believe leadership should look like this? Should more nations start building with their own hands instead of waiting for others? Which of Traoré's decisions moved you the most? Was it the factories, the uniforms, the roads, or the mindset shift? If this story inspired you, don't just watch. Like this video. Share it with someone who still thinks Africa is waiting to be rescued. Subscribe to hear more stories where Africa stops begging and starts building. And in the comments, we want to hear your voice. Type Africa Awakens in the comments if you believe the continent is no longer sleeping. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of something far greater. We'll see you in the next story, where truth speaks louder than headlines and dignity rises from the ground up. Until then, stay sharp, stay proud. And remember, history is not only made in parliaments, but in places like Burkina Faso.